To another section of this program. I'm Adeka Solomon. Today we'll be dealing with permutation and combination. And in our last video, we treated permutation. In this video, we'll be treating combination. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe to Adeka Mathematical Solution on my YouTube. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram for more updates. Adeka Mathematical Solution. Thank you so much. Hello, my friends. In our last video, we we treated about permutation. So in this video, we'll be focusing more on combination. But let's recall that in our last video, we say permutation, permutation, permutation is equals to that's n permutation r is given like this, which is the same thing as n factorial or over n minus r factorial. So when we have n permutation r, that is the permutation of n objects taking r at a time. So in this video, we'll be treating combination and the relationship between the permutation and combination. So in combination is equals to n combination r, and this n combination r can be written like n r, still n combination r. So n combination r is the number of ways r object can be selected from n objects without much regards being paid to the order of arrangements. If you can remember, in our last video, I told you permutation has to do with different ways of arrangement, and combination has to do with selection. So I'll be telling you, since n permutation r is equals to n factorial r over n minus r factorial, so n combination r is equals to n permutation r over r factorial. This can also be written, since we know that our n permutation r is written as n factorial r over n minus r factorial multiplied by 1 over r factorial. So this our n permutation r is given like this, and this 1 over r, when you multiply, you have something like n combination r will be n factorial r over n minus r factorial, then r factorial. So in our video, you have to know that we'll be dealing with this much. So without taking much of our time, I will move to example. Example number 1. So example number 1 says, find the number of ways 2 players can be selected in a team of 11 players. 2 players can be selected in the team of 11 players. So let's say solution. Let's say solution. Let's say let x. You can let any alphabet, let x be the number of ways, number of ways two players will be selected from a team of 11 players. So when we have that, we say selected, which has to do with a combination. So our x now will be equals to 11. That is the total number of 11, which will be 11 combination 2 players. I'm talking about 2 players, so it will be 11 combination 2. This has to do with selected, not ways of arrangement. So it will be 11 combination 2. And 11 combination 2 will be written as 11 factorial all over 11 minus 2 factorial and 2 factorial, which is equals to 11 factorial. 11 minus 2, it will be 9. 9 factorial, 2 factorial. So this now will be 11 factorial is 11 times 10 times 9 factorial all over 2 factorial 9 factorial. Okay, so this factorial will go with this one, this 9 factorial will go with this one. So 2 factorial is the same thing as 2. 2 factorial is 2 times 1, so it's 2. So here we have 11 times 10 all over 2 times 1. Or start taking. So our factorial, we can say 11 times 10. When I'm multiplying this, since this one is just 10 is 0, you add to this one, it gives you 1 0 over 2. And 1 0 over 2 is equal to 5 ways. That is 55 ways. Let's move to example 2. Okay, so in this example, we said find the number of ways a committee of 5 consisting of 3 boys and 2 girls can be formed from a social club consisting of 8 boys and 7 girls. So let's say solution solution number of ways of selecting girls, number of ways of selecting 2 girls, selecting 2 girls from 7 girls, from 7 girls. That is, we are talking about which is on 7 combination 2. Am I right? Okay, 7 combination 2. So 7 combination 2 is 7 factorial all over 7 minus 2 7 minus 2 factorial 2 factorial. So this will give us 7 factorial. However, 7 minus 2 is 5. Then the factorial to be 5 factorial 2 factorial. So when you have this, it will result to 7 factorial is 7 times 6 times 5 factorial. Since we have 5 factorial here, we stop at 5 factorial. So here will be 5 factorial times 2 factorial. So this 5 factorial will go with this, and we have here is this. You have 7 times 6, so 7 combination 2 will be equals to 7 times 6 all over 2 times 1. So when we solve this, we discover it is 21 ways. So we can still move. When you look at this very well, we should move to the second part. We should the number of we find the number of ways of selecting the girls. Now we find the number of ways, number of ways of selecting it says selecting 3 boys, 3 boys from 8 boys, 8 boys will be that will be 8 combination 3. Am I right? 8 combination 3, which is 8 factorial all over 8 minus 3 all factorial 3 factorial. So here when you have this, it will be written as 8 factorial all over 8 minus 3 to give you 5. That is 5 factorial and 3 factorial. So here we say 8 factorial is 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 factorial. We stop at 5 factorial because here we have 5 factorial, so that the 5 factorial will cancel itself. So here when we have here will be 5 factorial 3 factorial, and the 5 factorial here will go with this. Then we have 8 times equals to 8 times 7 times 6 all over 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1. So if we solve this correctly, you will get something 56 ways. Or you can try point your calculator and you see. Okay, so from there we say, so from here when you get this, say since the you can say the number of ways of forming the committee, as it's written in the question, forming the committee is now you multiply this the the number of ways of selecting boys from 8 boys, 3 boys from 8 boys. You multiply it with the one of girls. So here it will be 56 multiplied by 56 multiplied by, for the girls we have 21. So it will be 56 multiplied by 21. So when you use your calculator and multiply this, um, when you use your calculator and multiply this, same 1 times this to give you 6, 1 times this is 56, 2 times 6, and when you add them you have something um 11176, or you have 1176 ways. But please viewers, don't forget to point your calculator, make use of your calculator to confirm the answer. Let's move to another example. Okay, in this example now, example 3 said the Benue State's governor and his wife, as well as 3 other cabinets, are to be seated in a row such that the governor and wife are next to each other. Find the total number of ways this can be done. Wow, such interesting question. And if you look at this very question, this is a WAEC question. If you look at the question there, you say the governor and the wife, and if you see the governor and the wife, that is the 2 persons. The total number of people we have here, there are 5: governor and his wife, then other 3 cabinets. But the governor and wife, they are to sit to each other, and to sit to each other in 2 ways. So either the governor will sit, the governor's wife will sit at the left hand side of the governor, or the governor's wife will sit at the right hand. That means there are 2 ways of sitting for the governor and the wife. So that can be said to be, that we say solution. So the governor here, they have 2 ways to be sitting there, so it will be 2. So now we are looking for the arrangement of the other 3, and that is where we can say the other arrangement, this one is fixed, and the other arrangement is for the 3, it will be 3 factorial. So here will be 2 times 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1. So 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times this 2, that is we have 2 times this 6, 12. We have 12 ways. Look at how the question is very simple, very short, interesting. Now, just if you know permutation and combination, most of these questions will never be a big deal to you. I'll solve many examples because I want you to understand each and everything about combination. So I'm still giving you, now I'll move to the relationship between permutation and combination. I'll give you some things to simplify that. I'll simplify it for you. Okay, so in this example says simplify the following: A, n permutation 4 divided by n combination 4, and the B part says 8 permutation x divided by 8 combination x is equals to 6. So we are going to solve this and show you the answer. Let's solve it together. We say the first one, A part, solution. And the A part says n, n permutation 4 over n combination 4. Wow, these are gonna be very interesting. Just pay serious attention. I we are solving. So here will be equals to n permutation 4. N permutation 4 is n factorial all over n minus 4 all factorial. Divide by this uh, n combination 4 is n factorial all over n minus 4 all factorial, then 4 factorial. Am I making sense? Okay, so from here we can move and say um, n factorial all over n minus 4 of factorial. So as you have these, we have fractions, two fractions, and for us to divide the two fractions, we are going to multiply this by this, and this one we change the division sign, we change to multiplication. Then the denominator will go up and the numerator will comes down. So when you are doing this one, it goes up. This one, we change the position. So here now it will no longer be division, but it will be multiplication. We multiply it by n minus 4 of factorial 4 factorial all over um all over n factorial. So when we have this n factorial, we go with this n factorial. N minus 4 factorial will go with n minus 4 factorial. So this one will go with this one. Then we are left with 4 factorial. So and 4 factorial is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So our answer now will be 4 times 3 is 12 times this is 24 ways. Okay, very simple. Just pay attention. Everything about permutation and combination very simple. This is the exam question. And I will solve the B part. Let's move to the B part. And the B now says an 8 permutation X. Okay, the B now says 8 permutation X. We are dividing this by 8 combination X, which is equal to 6. Okay, look at the question very well. You can pause the video and try this on your own, then check whether you got it right. Okay, all right. So when we have this 8 permutation X is 8 factorial all over 8 minus X or factorial. Okay, you are dividing this by 8 combination X. 8 combination X is 8 factorial 8 minus X or factorial, then X factorial, which is equal to 6. Wow, such interesting. So here we can still say 8 factorial all over 8 minus X or factorial. So as I earlier explained, in the first in this other example, when you have this, you're gonna change this, then this one will be turned to multiplication. So we are still applying the same thing here. We are gonna apply the same thing here. So here it will no longer be division, but it will be multiplication. So here it will be, we multiply 8, this one will goes up, this one will comes down, and it will be 8 minus X all factorial, x factorial, all over 8 factorial, then equals to 6. And if you look at this, you can say 8 minus x factorial will go with 8 minus x factorial. 8 factorial will go with 8 factorial. So we are left with x factorial is equals to 6. But recall that 6 is equals to 3 factorial. When you say 3 times 2 times 1, it will give you 6. So 6 is a 3 factorial. I get it mean? So our x factorial is equals to 3 factorial. But we are looking for the value of x. So the factorial, we cancel the factorial. So our x will be equals to 3. And I hope you understand this explanation. It's very simple. But please, friends, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Adeka Mathematical Solution. For more examples, just subscribe to the channel on YouTube. It's not a big deal. Just see the subscribe um, rating in red. You click it. Already done. Subscribe, like, comment. If you have any question, go to my YouTube comment box and comment there. If you have any new question, maybe not any mathematics question, you can ask me and I'll answer you. So don't forget you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Deka Mathematical Solution for more updates. Don't forget to even share my videos to people, your younger ones who are willing to um who are willing to learn mathematics or who are preparing for exams. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more calculations. Thank you.